one of my favorite occasions, and particularly as we're running breakneck speed into the last of the spring. I always love this because the room is rather electric, and maybe that's because there are so many exceptional people in the room. And I think the passion that you all sort of have right at the back of your heart and head is really quite palpable. Or maybe it's because we're all on the precipice of something big. For some of you, that's graduation. For others of you, it's the paper you need to finish by tomorrow, or the thesis that you have to defend on Tuesday. But in some ways, it is also this amazing time to be a little bit melancholy. I don't know about you, but when I got ready to graduate from high school and then college, particularly college, we didn't have cell phones. So we took pictures with film, and I remember carrying a camera around and taking a picture of myself in any number of places. Like, it really mattered that this was your organic chemistry lab, but for me, I guess it did. So you're probably now in that world where you're going to your last whatever, taking the last pictures. But you can do it as a selfie with a cell phone, which is quite amazing. And may I suggest that one of those pictures be at the big M Circle. I'm going to be there on Tuesday taking my last picture with the yellow pansies. Of late, I've been thinking a lot about power, and power as a construct that's both a combination of the strengths that you have, the ones that you've developed that you actually recognize, and the strengths that others see in you that you rarely talk about. But I also think it's about the lessons you've learned from getting through that period of failure or that obstacle, and how you've made meaning and resilience out of that. And all of that informs the power that comes from your passion, and how you've sort of put that all together into a purpose that's both been campus-based, that may be career-based, that may be community-focused. And in all of that, you've had these amazing friends and compatriots and guides and mentors and family members who have been your community of care. I know that because any number of you talk about calling home often or talking till the middle of the night with friends who matter. Tonight we celebrate all of that for you, and throughout the evening we'll get a sense of stories of you, both in how our presenters talk about all of our award winners, but we'll also get a sense, I hope, of the fact that you've had to climb through some pretty significant hoops or mountains in order to get where you are today. And so I want us to celebrate all of that. We'll also hear the stories of the fact that you didn't do it alone. And tonight, I just, in that short time, got to meet two families just like that. And I know that you're surrounded by any number of beaming friends and family and faculty members and mentors and employers, but most particularly your parents, who are so glad to be with you to say something of how proud they are of you. For some of you, you're also here with partners and siblings, and they are very much the loves of your life. So student leaders are going to be recognized this evening, but it would seem to be really odd not to recognize that you are standing on the shoulders of giants. So students, can you join me in applauding all of your community of care this evening? Now, the only thing standing between me and you and those amazing stories about you is me. So we're going to present awards throughout dinner tonight because you want to savor each person with every bite. And in addition to that, we'll have this amazing music from Cheek to Cheek. They're over there, and I don't know if you know them. Two of the three work in the University Health Center, and they are amazing folks. One is retired, but still has a private practice. But we're so grateful to have them here because they're great musicians, but they can stop on a dime. But they know some really great tunes, and your parents will hum along, but you'll be like, I don't know what that is. But I will teach it to you later. While we're presenting, we'll also have an opportunity to share something of grand stories. But then we'll take a couple of quick breaks for you to introduce yourself to the people at the table you're sitting with as well. You'll find stories in the back of the commemorative booklets that sort of detail in greater length about each of our nominees and recipients this evening. You'll also find on the table a little slip of paper that talks about the fact that we are live streaming this evening's program. So it's not too late to text Grandma right now and tell her the link so that she can watch this. And you'll also find that that's the very same address you can go back to later and tell Aunt Sadie to watch it as well. Before we start our meal, if the football team taught you the victory song or you learned it at the big show, then the alma mater is something you need to know for commencement, and you certainly need to know for the rest of your life. Tonight we are so lucky to be joined by an amazing vocalist, Brianna Dones, who's joining with Cheek to Cheek. Brianna is a senior music major from Baltimore County. We have to love that, from Catonsville, who got her start with the Peabody Children's Chorus, made her way to the All-State Chorus, love that, and then to the University of Maryland's Women's Chorus. She also appeared on stage at the Clarice. And won't you stand and join her, because you can't sit and sing the alma mater, you gotta stand. So won't you stand and join her, and you may just want to bust a move and listen to Brianna, but won't you join her? The words are in your booklet or right in front of you on the screen. Bravo to Brianna. Thank you so much. We're proud this evening to have a number of leaders and student advocates as presenters. And I'm going to introduce them in chunks, and they are going to go ahead and share with you something of a few awards. And then we'll take a moment, and then we'll have another group of folks that'll come up and do presentations. I'm going to introduce our first two presenters, and here's where I give you permission to eat and listen. It's not easy to do two things simultaneously, but you are welcome to dine on your salad and join with your compatriots at the table in doing so. Our first two presenters this evening are Dr. Brooke Supple. She is Chief of Staff in the Office of the Vice President for Student Affairs. She is also advisor to Omicron Delta Kappa, one of the premier leadership honorees on campus, who also helps us in co-hosting this. Brooke will be joined shortly thereafter by the second presenter, Mr. Jacob Veach, a senior who is president of Omicron Delta Kappa. I like to say he's a fellow son or daughter of Illinois, which means he's amazingly nice. And we love that about Jacob. So Brooke, followed by Jacob.
Good afternoon. Each year, the Sigma Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honor Society selects one of its members as Leader of the Year. This person competes on both the regional and national level for the very prestigious award of ODK National Leader of the Year. Thanks to the very generous support of the ODK president from 1937 and 1938, and a very outstanding leader in his own right, we've named the Leader of the Year award the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, after the late Colonel Schutz, who had been an exceptional supporter of the Sigma Circle for over 75 years. And in fact, he used to come to this banquet every year until his passing just a few years ago. This year's recipient is a senior international business and government and politics double major from Edwardsville, Illinois, with a 3.95 GPA. He's also the ODK president and serves in the Student Government Association and as UMD president and state chairman for the Maryland Federation of College Republicans. He was a group tour coordinator for Maryland Images, a teaching assistant, a 5-time federal intern, and a 3-time study abroad participant. Quite the underachiever, as you can tell. Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, Jacob Veach.
Thank you, Brooke. Every year, the University of Maryland community is enhanced with the addition of talented first-year students. This year's freshman class represented the brightest and most engaged scholar leaders the institution has ever admitted. With this award, Omicron Delta Kappa honors first-year students who have contributed to the university community across ODK's 5 pillars of campus life, which include scholarship, athletics, campus and community service, social and religious activities and campus governance, journalism, speech, and the mass media, and the creative and performing arts. I'm pleased to introduce the top 10 freshmen for 2018. As I announce each of the winners, I ask that you join me on stage. Daniel Alpert is a freshman business major from Potomac, Maryland. He is a Central Board member for the University Student Judiciary and a business representative for the Student Government Association. Daniel serves on the Government and Student Affairs Committees and is Centerville Hall President for the Residence Hall Association. Emily Berry is a freshman government and politics major from Annapolis, Maryland with a 4.0 GPA. This Dean's List student is a member of the University and Government Honors Programs. She's Director of Communications for the Residence Hall Association and is Treasurer of Terps for Animal Welfare. Megan Berry is a freshman physiology and neurobiology major from Annapolis, Maryland with a 3.9 GPA. She is a member of the Beta Psi Omega Professional Biology Fraternity and the UMD Pre-Medical Society. This Anne Arundel Medical Center volunteer is a College Park scholar and Dean's List student. Radhika Golub is a freshman cellular biology and molecular genetics and computer science double major from Ellicott City, Maryland with a 4.0 GPA. This Banneker Key scholar is an undergraduate research lab intern and a member of the American Medical Student Association. She is also representative for the Provost Student Advisory Council. Alexandra Crystal is a freshman business management major from Roslyn, New York. He's the Vice President of Involvement for the Smith Undergraduate Student Association and a Smith Peers Mentorship Program mentee. This UMD President Scholarship recipient is a Dean's List student and project manager for the Tamid Group. David Polifrone is a freshman biochemistry and economics double major from Ellicott City, Maryland. He's the Vice President of Finance for the Maryland Parliamentary Debate Society and the Gemstone Student Council Journalism Co-Chair. He's a member of the Phi Alpha Delta Pre-Law Fraternity and president of the Ellicott Hall Council for the Resident Hall Association. David Rechtman is a freshman biochemistry and biology double major from Bethesda, Maryland. He maintains a 4.0 GPA, was awarded a Regeneron Science Talent Search Scholarship, and represents the Ellicott community in the University of Maryland's SGA legislature. David is an active volunteer, aiding the Food Recovery Network and Campus Pantry, amongst others. Patrick Sawamel is a freshman economics major from Phoenix, Maryland with a 4.0 GPA. He is in the Joint Bachelor of Arts and Master of Public Policy program. He helps manage the Vaccaros Italian Pastry Shop in Hunt Valley, Maryland, and he's a member of the College Park Scholars Public Leadership Program. Garbini Singh is a freshman neurophysiology and women's studies double major from North Potomac, Maryland with a 4.0 GPA. This Banneker Key scholar is a member of the Integrated Life Sciences Honors Program and works as a clinical research intern at the National Institutes of Health. Andrew String is a freshman government and politics major from Sewell, New Jersey. Andrew is part of the Civicus Living and Learning Program and is the Vice President of Campus Programming for the Student Alumni Leadership Council. Andrew has also been selected as a resident assistant for the 2018 to 2019 year. Please join me in congratulating all of our recipients. Each year, the members of Omicron Delta Kappa select a group of outstanding sophomore leaders to honor for their contributions of leadership, scholarship, and service. Applying the same principles of membership for ODK, a group of finalists is identified that represents the best of the sophomore class. They are listed in the program booklet today. I'd like to invite the winner of the 2018 ODK Sophomore Leader of the Year, Nikhil Modi, to come forward to receive your award as I share a bit about you to the audience. Nikhil is a sophomore from Princeton Junction, New Jersey with a 3.86 GPA. This Quest Honors student is a member of Civicus ODK as the Executive Vice President of Alpha Kappa Psi Business Fraternity. Nikhil is a student mentor for the Smith Peers Mentorship Program and is project manager for the Smith Undergraduate Student Association. Please join me in congratulating Nikhil.
I kind of wanted to go on a little longer. The music, it was good. Thank you. Thank you, Jacob. We were sitting there saying, he can run for office someday. He worked the line. He was great. We are so grateful to have two presenters joining us this evening. But before I introduce them, let me just tell you a couple of logistics for this evening. Ty is with us this evening taking photographs, which you will see posted on the STAMP website on Monday. So that's Monday, May 7th, which is tomorrow, which means Ty's never going home. But we were so grateful to Ty. But that does not preclude you from getting your camera and joining by rushing the stage. So feel free to come closer to take a picture of the person you love who's winning an award. I also want to give a big shout out and thank you to Elizabeth Ahrens, who's on the stage right now, a junior ODK member and biology student who is one of our stage helpers and awards wranglers. Thank you so much. A little bit later, you'll meet Duran Tadmore, who is also a terrific ODK member, and so you will have a chance to see both of them as they keep this moving ever so smoothly. Our next two presenters, Mr. Carlo Colella is the Vice President for Administration and Finance at the University of Maryland. He has no small portfolio of responsibilities, and if you've driven up Campus Drive recently, you have a deep understanding of how the place is changing, and that is project after project, from the Arib Center to the Edward St. John to the impending Purple Line. So we are so grateful to have Carlo with us. He'll be followed by Mr. Michael Goodman. Michael has served as president of the graduate student government. While he's had a short time in office, his steady hand in graduate student governance and institutional governance and his championing of all that is graduate students has been really terrific. So we're grateful to have Carlo first, followed by Michael.
Thank you, Marcia. Good evening, everybody. The William E. Kerwin Award is named in honor of Britt Kerwin, who served as president of the University of Maryland from 1988 until 1998. After serving as president of the Ohio State University, Britt returned home to the University of Maryland to serve as chancellor of the University System of Maryland through his retirement in 2015. This award is presented to a member of the junior class who has exhibited outstanding leadership and commitment to the university community. A panel of faculty, staff, and alumni judged the applicants for this award, and they suggested that the group was truly extraordinary. In honor of all of the junior class leaders who have been involved in student organizations and the community who have contributed to the campus diversity, all the while maintaining their academic performance. Finalists are listed in the program booklet. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our award winner as I ask her to join me on stage. Olivia Delaplane is a junior Banneker Key scholar and is an honor student majoring in government and politics with a minor in Arabic. She is a teaching assistant for the Do Good Institute, an educational intern for Casa de Maryland, and a mentor for America Reads, America Counts. She has also participated in alternative breaks, Ethnobeat a cappella, and is a leader of Maryland Lead. Olivia reflects on her leadership at Maryland by saying, One of many transformative experiences that shaped who I am as a student and as a leader has been my work with Maryland Lead program. I've gotten to personally engage over 200 students in critical dialogue about leadership development, emphasizing authenticity, identity, and social responsibility. I've helped students connect with others and form relationships vital to their success, and have guided students to embrace their strengths and improve their self-confidence. We see our participants leave with new insight, goals, and action steps to take with them. I have learned the same lessons that I hope to impart on my students, that our voices matter, that we as students are powerful, and that change is possible when we stand in solidarity. Congratulations, Olivia Delaplane. The Sarah Winnemucca Award is named in honor of Paiute activist, educator, and author Sarah Winnemucca and her tireless dedication in advocating for the rights of Native American communities. The award is presented to a member of the University of Maryland undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to Native American, Indian, and Indigenous communities. Our winner is Brandon Harley. Brandon, please join me on stage as I share a bit about you to the audience. Brandon is a senior agricultural and resource economics major. He is a Native American student from the Piscataway Conoy tribe who enjoys going to powwows and educating people about his culture. As vice president of American Indian Student Union, Brandon shows devotion to building community through education and team building initiatives. Moreover, Brandon spreads education about Native culture through networking with Native students at other universities and by creating a leadership council. Please join me in congratulating the 2018 Sarah Winnemucca Award winner, Brandon Harley. The Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Award is presented to a student who has exhibited extraordinary leadership in the broader community. This year, we have two recipients of this award, Ugochi Chinmere and Jamoni Overby. I invite both of you to join me on stage as I share something of your credentials. Ugochi is a junior majoring in public health from Baltimore, Maryland. This Nigerian American is the senior president of the Sister to Sister organization. She is a McNair Scholar and the liaison researcher for Public Health Without Borders. Jamoni is from Prince George's County and is currently a sophomore majoring in government and politics. She is a community leader, as can be seen throughout her work at the Reed Temple AME Church, Greenbelt Youth Center, Alternative Breaks, Academic Achievement Program, and with the Office of Multi-Ethnic Student Education. Please join me in applauding the contributions of our two 2018 Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Award winners, Ugochi Chinmere and Jamoni Overby.
Excited to present the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Award. This award honors and recognizes an outstanding member of the Graduate Student Government Representative Assembly. The award is given to an assembly member who's gone above and beyond the call of their position in discharging their duties while representing the needs and interests of graduate students. The winner of the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Award is Rachel Lamb, and I'll ask Rachel to join me on stage as I share some exciting things about her. Rachel's a PhD student studying geographical sciences, a 2016 University of Maryland flagship fellow, and a 2015 White House Champion of Change for her work protecting communities and the environment from climate change. Her research focuses on making climate change governance better reflect the complex nature of social ecological systems. Congratulations to our 2018 Graduate Student Assembly Member Award winner, Rachel Lamb. The next award I'll be presenting is the Lord O'Leary Award. One of the most prestigious of our senior awards, the Lord O'Leary Award is presented to a senior class student who's contributed most significantly to the advancement of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community, as well as the general interest of the university. Named for author and activist Audre Lorde and the late University of Maryland professor of theater, Ron O'Leary, this award recognizes some of the university's finest student leaders. This year's recipient is Max Balagtas-Bedoy, and I'll ask Max to please join me on stage as I get to share some things about you. Max is a senior psychology and philosophy double major and an LGBT studies certificate from Gaithersburg, Maryland. He serves as the president, co-board facilitator of Pride Alliance, facilitator of True Colors of Maryland, student leader in Queer Camp, and as the LGBTQ+ community organizing student intern in MICA, among many other achievements. I want to share a little bit from Max's application. During my time at the University of Maryland, I've practiced leadership by serving as a bridge between communities, creating spaces for multiply marginalized students, and developing the leadership capacity of others. I would characterize my leadership career of that of a builder, adding my work at UMD to that of other LGBTQ+ campus student leaders before me in anticipation of even greater work from those after me. While I'm proud of the work I've done at this university, I'm even prouder of the people I've been impacted by and the people that I've seen my work impact. I would not be the person I am today without the investment of faculty, staff, and former upper-level students. Please join me in congratulating the winner of the 2018 Lord O'Leary Award, Max Balagtas-Bedoy.
Wow, you've already met amazing people, but now you have a chance to do even more of that. So, this is where we get to take a quick break. It's kind of like the halftime of banquets. So I realized that I never introduced myself, and maybe you did the same when you sat down at your table. So I'll start, and then you continue. So in just a minute, you're going to introduce you to everybody that's sitting around you, and they're going to clear your salad plate simultaneously. You'll even get a main course, maybe, in the midst of that. But we're going to take a quick break. My name is Marcia Gensler Stevens. I am from the great state of Illinois originally, but for the last almost 36 years, I've worked at the University of Maryland and call this place home, which is quite amazing because now I know the students of students, which means you're really old. And it is a joy and pleasure to spend all my time here in the Stamp and elsewhere on campus sort of being in awe of these amazing students that we have the joy of working with. So let me invite you to chat it up with the people at your table for 10 minutes. Work it, it's an icebreaker. Go. That's a mean saxophone there, my friend. Thank you so much. Did everybody get to introduce themselves? Okay, good. Good. Did you find you had at least one thing in common? Particularly proud parents. You're all proud. The joy of being in this banquet is that there are many generations of folks who have come through the University of Maryland who join us. And so just to play this game that the Alumni Association would really, really like, if you have a degree of any kind from the University of Maryland at College Park, undergrad, master's, PhD, certificate, whatever it is, would you stand up so that we can see how many Maryland graduates we have in the room? Check it out. Yeah. Love it. Don't you worry, Samantha. We love your dad. He's a proud Terp. He may live in New Jersey, but he's a very proud Terp. We love that. What I love is that some of you are parents who sent your children to Maryland as well, which says a lot about your own experience, too. The Diamondback existed way back then. It exists now. And the final edition of the Diamondback will be on May 14th. It'll be the sort of commemorative edition for those of you in the melancholy mood of getting ready to graduate. But that will be the edition that has a wonderful advertisement that lists all of our award winners. So if you, in any way, still keep a regular old scrapbook, that'll be your day to go to the bin and get the print version, because that will be the final edition for the academic year of the Diamondback. Our next two presenters are joining us, the first of which is a bit of a substitution, but you couldn't have ended up with a better person. Dr. Jan Zacher is Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs, a longtime citizen of the campus. He cut his teeth in the Office of Student Conduct, and some of you knew him way back then. But for a number of years now has been the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs. He is also my boss, so you will applaud him greatly. He will be followed by Dr. Mary Hummel, who is another Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs. She is so Big Ten through and through. And among the awards she'll be giving tonight is one that is particularly special because today at the University of Michigan, a place where Mary calls home and often compares all things to Ann Arbor, in their lacrosse stadium, our women were playing Penn State, her alma mater. She always compares us to Penn State as well. But we kicked butt today, and we beat Penn State 21-12 to win the Big Ten lacrosse championship for women. So Mary will be somewhat humble in her Penn State loss today, but we're so grateful to have Mary and John joining us.
Each spring semester, the members of the Greek community recognize one of their own as the Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year. This year's winner is Sadie Isakawa. I invite you to join me to the stage as I share something about your credentials. Sadie is a senior mechanical engineering major from Bethesda, Maryland. She has served as the Panhellenic Association Executive Board for 2 terms as the Vice President for Risk Management, serves as the Standing Review Committee for Sexual Assault Cases, and is involved in the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, and Women in Engineering. She is also a member of Alpha Xi Delta Women's Fraternity and is also was also a Spirit of Maryland finalist for 2017. I've had the privilege of working with Sadie last year as she managed to coordinate a Greek tailgate of 5,000 students every home football game. Congratulations to the winner of the 2018 Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year, Sadie Isakawa. The Veracruz Kochiyama Award is named after laborist Philip Veracruz and civil rights activist Yuri Kochiyama. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Asian, Pacific Island, and the Desi American community at the University of Maryland, and the general interest of the university. An extraordinary group of student leaders was convened by faculty, staff, and alumni committee, and we are pleased to present the award this evening. The 2018 Veracruz Kochiyama Award recipient is Cindy Jui. Please join me on the stage as I share a bit about you. Cindy is an accounting major, heavily engaged in University of Maryland's Asian American student community, having served on the executive boards of the Taiwanese American Student Association and Asian American Student Union, as well as being involved in the Filipino Cultural Association, Chinese Students Association, and the Vietnamese Student Association. While raised in Maryland, Cindy spent 6 years living in Beijing and was actively involved in Habitat for Humanity, China. Citing from her essay, I had faith that if all of us in the AAI and AAPI community here at Maryland came together and worked cohesively as one community, we would be able to accomplish more than we would be able to individually, and our presence on campus would be impossible to overlook. I haven't been at the head of political rallies, I haven't been tweeting to President Lowe, but I have been working tirelessly to unite all of our AAPI organizations so that we are one coalition, so that we do have a strong foundation to build off of, so that we do face President Lowe or advocate for an issue plaguing the community. We will do it as one and create a bigger impact. Congratulations to our winner, Cindy Jui. In 1983, the union at the University of Maryland was named for Adele H. Stamp, the Dean of Women at the University of Maryland from 1922 until 1966. In recognition of her many contributions to the university community, the Stamp annually presents an award to an undergraduate or graduate student who has worked to further similar causes. The individual receiving this award also receives a cash prize. Through an application and interview process, a recipient was chosen. I would like to invite the recipient of the 2018 Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award to Max Balatags Bedoy. Please join me on the stage, Max, as I tell you a little bit more about. We met at Max earlier this evening. He is a senior psychology and philosophy double degree student, additionally pursuing the LGBT Studies certificate. He interns in the Office of Multicultural Involvement and Community Advocacy as an LGBTQ+ community organizer and serves as president of Pride Alliance. He is passionate about community advocacy, cross-cultural education, and social justice. Congratulations, Max, the winner of the 2018 Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award. The La Raza Unida Award translates as the People United. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Latino and Latina student community at the University of Maryland and to the advancement of the broader Latino community beyond the campus. Individuals considered for this award also advance the general interest of the university. This year's recipient of the 2018 La Raza Unida Award is Wendy Pintado. Wendy, won't you please join me on the stage? Wendy is a senior pursuing a bachelor's degree in family science. She grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, and her parents are from Ecuador. Education and service have always been priorities in her life. She hopes to pursue a career helping students that come from disadvantaged backgrounds. She plans to apply to graduate schools in the DC area to pursue a master's degree in either public health, counseling, social work, or related fields. Quoting from Cindy's award recipient application, "I have a strong college support system. Having a strong college support system is crucial to academic success and leadership, especially to women of color with immigrant parents. Growing up in an Ecuadorian household, I was raised to value family and the sacrifices my parents made, to support others, to be proud of your roots, but most importantly, to serve as a role model. 4 years ago, I was a freshman, discouraged and alienated by a professor. Today, I am a Latinx student leader, doing my part to create the sense of family I yearned for so that no student is forced to feel the same." Congratulations, Wendy.
Good evening. I'm here and proud to be a Terp tonight to present these awards, despite what Marcia says. So the first award is the Christopher Carey Customer Service Award, which recognizes a student employee who has demonstrated exceptional customer service to others in the campus community. Chris was an employee of Dining Services and worked at Mulligan's, a golf course restaurant. Each day that he came to work, Chris captured the essence of what we value in dining services. This award, named in Chris's memory, is a way of encouraging all employed in the University of Maryland Dining Services to strive for the same goals, to do so with pride, and always with Chris's great smile. Chris's parents, Mike and Linda Carey, are here this evening. Won't you please stand and let us recognize you, Mr. and Mrs. Carey. So as I introduce the recipient of this award, Juan Jose Bravo Romo, I ask him to join me on stage. Juan is a senior psychology and economics double major. He's a student worker at Footnotes Cafe in McKeldin. Juan also participated in club wrestling and is a volunteer at Camp Keesum, a camp that supports children as they go through their parents' cancer management. Juan says, "Many come to Footnotes with their heads down and a tired look on their face. The greatest feeling I can get while working is turning their mood around and having them walk away with a smile or pep in their step. I believe I always have a positive attitude at work, no matter if a customer is in a bad mood. It's key to good customer service." Join me in applauding the winner of the 2018 Chris Carey Customer Service Award, Juan Jose Bravo Romo. Over 90% of our first-year students and over 12,000 students in total live in University of Maryland residence halls, apartments, and public-private partnerships. Unlike any other connection, students often find their initial sense of community at the University of Maryland is with the residents of their floor or members of their hall council. Talented resident assistants who serve as role models, programmers, peer counselors, resource people, and engaged leaders nurture this sense of community. I am pleased to introduce to you the 2018 Resident Assistant of the Year, Brandon Quinn. Won't you please join me on the stage, Brandon? Brandon Quinn is a senior civil engineering major from Carroll County, Maryland. He has shown leadership as head coach of Women's Club Soccer, president of Chi Epsilon Honor Society, the American Concrete Institute, and philanthropy chair of Alpha Sigma Pi. As an RA, he's mentored students and fellow RAs and has made South Hill a fantastic place to live and learn. Congratulations to the 2018 Resident Assistant of the Year Award recipient, Brandon Quinn. The Camille K. Rajpat Memorial Award for Outstanding Member of the Student Judiciary is given to the person in the university student judiciary who, through his or her service, most exemplifies the ideals of truth, honesty, integrity, empathy, and compassion. The award is named in memory of Camille Rajpat, who served on student judiciary as a member and a presiding officer of the Honor Council from 1997 to 98. Camille died suddenly in October 98 from complications due to a cancer treatment. This is the 9th year this award is given, thanks to a generous gift from Camille's family. Her parents are here with us this evening. Won't you please stand and let us recognize you, Mr. and Mrs. Rajpat. As I introduce our recipient, Dylan Catty, I ask him to join me on stage. Dylan is a senior from Westchester, Pennsylvania, majoring in government and politics. He's in the honors program, has worked with START, has been a presiding officer with USJ, and is a member of ODK. Dylan will attend law school in the fall. Join me in applauding the winner of the 2018 Camille Rajpat Memorial Award, Dylan Catty. The Department of Intercollegiate Athletics Student Athlete of the Year Awards are presented to our outstanding male and female collegiate athlete. This award holds up the extraordinary leaders who embody the characteristics of the best definition of a student athlete, those individuals who can combine academic excellence, leadership on the field of competition and on campus, as well as athletic excellence. This year's recipients are Daniel Morris, a senior co-captain of the men's lacrosse team, and he's currently working toward a master's in business management. Daniel was the starting goalie for the 2017 National Championship Terps. And Megan Whittle, senior co-captain of the women's lacrosse team. She's set to complete her degree in criminology and criminal justice in May. Megan is a 3-time All-American and a Big Ten Distinguished Scholar. As both the men's and women's lacrosse teams were competing this weekend in the Big Ten Conference Tournament in Ann Arbor, I will accept the awards on their behalf and delighted to share with you that the women won the Big Ten Championship. Go Terps!
Mary, I'm glad you have concluded your Big Ten tour at Maryland because we're glad to have you as our guide. Our next set of presenters will join us momentarily, but let me just applaud any number of people in this room who've been engaged in award selection committees. There are a number of folks here at the departmental level or university-wide awards who have been engaged in interviewing or reviewing applications. It is no small feat, but I have to tell you, you come away feeling perhaps slightly inadequate about your own accomplishments when you read the many accomplishments of our student leaders. So may I ask those of you who participated in one or more award selection committees to please stand. also want to give a shout out to the folks who plan the awards banquet every year, most nobly led by Donna Lim. And those folks are really quite remarkable because they sort of pull together these disparate parts into what is a really cool and amazing engagement that is no small feat to kind of keep all the cats herded. So thank you, Donna, and thank you everybody who's served on that planning committee as well. We're very grateful to have faculty and staff and deans and department chairs and others with us this evening, and so grateful to you that you're supporting your award recipients. One of them even rushed the stage when Sadie was winning, and we are so glad to have that. Some of the awards will be listed on the Wall of Honor in the stamp, which is right on the main floor, on the first floor, and those will be up by graduation day, and so you'll want to make sure that you come back with Grandma to take a picture. Our next presenters, Mr. A.J. Pruitt has been the president of the Student Government Association, the son of Baltimore. He has spent the better part of his life working in SGA, and there will be a rich legacy of policies and practices as a result of that. But this year, his senior year, he spent a lot of time in Annapolis working in the State House, and I know that there will be even more that will affect all of our students as a result of his good work. AJ will be followed by Sharon Kirkland Gordon. Dr. Sharon Kirkland Gordon is the director of the University Counseling Center, a trusted friend and amazing therapist who helps our students and her colleagues to discover stories and resiliency, to heal and to find their way. And finally, the third presenter in this set will be Dr. Steve Fetter. Steve is the interim dean of the Graduate School, former dean of the School of Public Policy at the University of Maryland. He exited stage left at one point just because Barack Obama called him and went to the Office of Science and Technology Policy, but similarly took a call to be the interim dean this year for the Graduate School, and so we're so grateful. Thanks so much to these three presenters.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Marcia, and thank you for allowing me to be here today with all of these excellent student leaders. The Student Government Association presents the William L. Thomas Award annually. For 27 years, the late Bud Thomas served as the Vice President for Student Affairs. Bud was at so many of these awards banquets, so we remember his rich life and legacy by seeking to advance the causes that were important to Bud, including leadership and student governance. This award recognizes individuals who have directly contributed to the Student Government Association and its constituents. It is my great honor today to introduce this year's recipient of the 2018 William L. Thomas Award, Alia Abdelkader, as I ask her to join me on stage. Alia Abdelkader is an operations management and business analytics major and a Spanish minor from Ellicott City, Maryland. Alia was a 2-year member of the Student Government Association's Committee on Financial Affairs before being elected to serve as the Vice President of Financial Affairs. She is a member of Omicron Delta Kappa National Honor Society and Sigma Delta Pi National Collegiate Spanish Honor Society. Congratulations. Next, the James H. Kehoe Award and Ethel Kessler Award honor the former men's intramural sports director, Jim Kehoe, and the former women's intramural sports director, Ethel Kessler. Both of these individuals served for a combined 45 years at the University of Maryland. This award is presented by the University Recreation and Wellness to an undergraduate or graduate student who has provided the highest degree of leadership and service to the recreational needs of the university community. I would like to introduce you to the recipient this evening and invite her to join me on stage. Jennifer Mako is a graduate student majoring in kinesiology from Ellicott City, Maryland. She is a member of the University Recreation and Wellness student staff and a group fitness instructor, weight fitness staff, and a team leader on the active TERP outreach team. Jennifer also serves the University Health Center as a peer educator to inspire members of the campus community to be healthy and live well. Won't you join me in congratulating the 2018 James H. Kehoe and Ethel Kessler Award winner, Jennifer Mako.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. The Naburu Cultural Center serves as a community and cultural center for all members of the campus community. Each year, the center presents 2 awards. The John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award is presented in honor of John Slaughter, who served as chancellor of the university from 1982 to 1988. This award is presented to an African-American senior who is a role model, student activist, and who has made a concerted effort to contribute to the intellectual and co-curricular development of African-American students. Tiffany Amber Blossom, won't you please join me on stage? Tiffany is a senior communication major with a minor in business innovation and entrepreneurship from Columbia, Maryland. She is the president of the Maryland Gospel Choir and president of the Black Ministries Program. Tiffany is also a member of the Jimenez Porter's Writers House and Pre Manum National Honor Society and ambassador for the Naburu Cultural Center. She received the Governor's Service and Volunteerism Award in 2017 for making a positive impact in her local community. Won't you please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of the winner of the John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award, Tiffany Amber Blossom. The second award, presented by the Naburu Cultural Center, is the J. Otis Williams Memorial Award. This award honors the late Otis Williams, who served as director of the Naburu Cultural Center. The award recognizes students who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and dedication to cultural awareness, identity development, and have been an advocate for student interests. This year's recipient is Trey Austin Huff. Please join me on stage. Trey is a senior biochemistry major from East Baltimore, Maryland. He is currently the vice president for the university's chapter of the NAACP, a member of the leadership team for the Black Male Initiative, a member of the Naburu Advisory Committee, and a resident assistant. After obtaining his bachelor's, Mr. Huff aspires to achieve a PhD MBA in biomedical engineering. Please join me in congratulating the winner of the J. Otis Williams Cultural Leadership Award, Mr. Trey Austin Huff. The Loving Award is named in honor of Mildred and Richard Loving for their bravery and perseverance in invalidating miscegenation laws via the landmark Supreme Court decision in Loving versus Virginia. This award is presented to a member of the university undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to multiracial and cross-cultural causes and communities. I would like to tell you a little about our award winner as I ask her to join me on stage. Carla Cacique is a Latinx Indigenous woman and a fourth-year multi-platinum journalism major. She is president of the American Indian Student Union and is the Native American Community Organizing Student Intern at the MICA office. Her focus lies on undocumented rights, Indigenous sovereignty and solidarity, and arts with a social justice message. Her work has highlighted the multicultural intersections of the Native American community and pave the road for the advancement and outreach among the Native American student body. Congratulations, Carla Kasike. The Mary McLeod Bethune Award is presented to a senior class member who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the African American student community and the general interest of the University of Maryland. One of the most valued senior prizes, this award recognizes leadership in all areas of the campus community. The selection committee of the faculty and staff suggested that this was an exceptionally talented group of senior leaders. The recipient of the 2018 Mary McLeod Bethune Award is Janiyah Banks. Janiyah is a senior special education major from Waldorf, Maryland. This Banneker Key Scholar serves as the president of the Black Honors Caucus and director of diversity in the Student Government Association. Additionally, she is a volunteer speaking partner at the Maryland English Institute, a member of Omicron Delta Kappa, and an Honors Humanities Ambassador. Quoting from our award recipient's application, and I quote, "Leadership in its simplest form is doing the right thing when it needs to be done. I've been a student leader in a variety of ways on campus, especially among minority students and, in particular, the Black community. I was first drawn by events held by the Black Alliance Network, such as the Black Student Union's Big Little program and general body meetings. As a member of the honors community, I felt misunderstood in my program. During my freshman year, I found a home in the Black Honors Caucus and stayed on the executive board until I became president in May of 2015. I used that opportunity to showcase the talents of Black students on campus. I am not a leader by nature, but by necessity. I am thankful for all the support and mentorship that made me the leader I am today," end quote. Congratulations to Janiyah Banks, recipient of the 2018 Mary McLeod Bethune Award. The Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy Award is a new award for the Counseling Center. This award is to acknowledge a University of Maryland College Park undergraduate student who has demonstrated commitment to college student mental health and wellness through their academic, co-curricular, or social activities on campus. Students selected for this award have engaged in a variety of activities that promote mental health awareness, help seeking, education, and/or stigma reduction. Their work reaches a broad demographic and embraces values of diversity, inclusiveness, and social justice. Our winner is Rohini Nambiar. Rohini, would you please join me on stage? Ro, where are you? Ro is a senior public health major and SGA liaison to the Counseling Center. She serves as chair of the SGA Health and Wellness Committee. Ro serves on the Student Advisory Committee for the School of Public Health and is a public health peer mentor. Her community service includes an internship with the Prince George's County Health Department and research with the Food and Drug Administration. Won't you please join me in congratulating the 2018 Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy Award winner, Rohini Nambiar.
Several months ago, deans, directors, department heads, and faculty members and student organizations were invited to nominate outstanding graduate students for the Distinguished Service Award. The response was overwhelming. Many graduate students were nominated for their achievements in scholarship, leadership, involvement, and service. This evening, I would like to introduce you to the finalists for the University of Maryland Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award. I invite each finalist to come to the stage. Layla Duman was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, and received a bachelor's degree in chemistry from Bard College. At Maryland, she studies organometallic chemistry and nitrogen fixation and plans to pursue a career in science policy. Skylar Jackson received a bachelor's degree from Stanford University and is a PhD candidate in counseling psychology. Building on his passion for diversity and social justice, Skylar has contributed to building a culture of inclusion at Maryland through his scholarship, teaching, clinical work, mentorship, and service. Letitia Judd is a first-generation college student from Holly Springs, North Carolina. She received a bachelor's degree in biology from North Carolina Central University and a master's degree from Virginia State University. Her current research focus is rumen microbiology and nutrition in dairy cows. She is planning a career in academia. Alexander Navarro is a PhD candidate in biological sciences, studying animal physiology and ecology to better understand the response of species to climate change. He is the communications specialist for Partners in Amphibian and Reptile Conservation, and in August will begin a position as a visiting assistant professor at Swarthmore College. Anna Storti is a doctoral student and McNair Graduate Fellow in the Department of Women's Studies. Born and raised in Anaheim, she graduated with honors from California State Polytechnic University with degrees in gender, ethnicity, and multicultural studies and business administration, focusing in nonprofit management. Please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of these outstanding graduate student leaders. Before announcing the winner, let me read a few words from the nomination letter. The letter noted that this individual is among the most committed to service of all students with whom I have worked in 10 years of teaching at Maryland. This person is passionate, highly skilled, and fully committed to advancing justice and equity within communities, drafted significant portions of the department's mission statement on diversity and inclusion, and was instrumental in creating undergraduate program learning outcomes related to diversity and inclusion. I cannot think of another doctoral student who has so systematically dedicated themselves to addressing issues of social justice through service and research. Please join me in congratulating the 2018 winner of the University of Maryland Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, Skylar Jackson.
You all are amazing. Like, I think about the future of the academy, and we're in great shape. They are amazing. Thank you, Steve. We're going to take another little break here, but I'm going to give you some logistical things again. One is the only thing standing between you and Smith Island Cake is the catering staff. So they're going to pull your plates, but Smith Island, Maryland is one of the only states I know that has a state dessert. So Smith Island Cake, so bless the ladies of the Eastern Shore, and Smith Island in particular. So they're going to clear your plates. Go on, you can do it. And I'm going to tell you a few things. One is, I don't know if you know this, but next Sunday is Mother's Day. Do you know this? Okay, you could be totally cool and jump ahead of it. You can wrestle everyone at your table, but one of you gets to take the floral piece. And so we want you to take them. So however you determine, you know, if this were my house, it'd be like the oldest mother or whatever it is. But you figure it out. Who's going to get to take those home? And you'll say, woo, I already got your gift, Mom. So The flowers are yours, including the vase, so this is a really nice gift. I want to say, as they clear your plates, a lovely thank you to my colleagues in dining services, and particularly Good Tidings Catering. They've done an amazing job. The food was delicious and so beautifully served. Thank you to Philip and any number of other people who made that all happen. In addition, I want to say a big shout out to my colleagues in the Stamp who worked to set it up. It's all a student crew who sets up the room, another student crew who's making sure that we have really good sound and lights. So I am grateful to student employees, yes. And then my dear colleagues in Cheek to Cheek, who swing and sing and do and make this event a really lovely one. It wouldn't be nearly as cool if there wasn't a melody throughout the whole thing. So we're gonna let them pull the plates, and then we'll enter into our last set of awards. But before we do that, chat it up, fight over the flowers, and listen up to Cheek to Cheek.
board is coming. Listen to those rails humming. Forget your car or airplane and get on board on that A train.
Did I give you long enough to go to the bathroom? I hope so. We enter into our last set of awards this evening, and I swear there's Smith Island cake coming, so don't let you believe that I promised you something I'm not delivering on. It's coming. We are so lucky this evening to have our final two presenters be people who spend an inordinate amount of time this time of year hosting events, being at events, lauding people, and so to have their caliber of individuals at our event is really a gift. Our final awards will be presented this evening by Dr. Linda Clement, who's Vice President for Student Affairs, who models what it is to create a caring community, and some of you probably know that quite personally. She is a terrific advocate for students. This last year, NASPA, the National Association of Student Affairs Professionals, presented her with the highest honor as their outstanding Vice President for Student Affairs, and she's so embarrassed that I just said that right now, but I'm kind of like a proud mother and I just need to say it. She will be joined by Dr. Wallace Lowe, who is President of the University of Maryland. He has been president since 2010, and he has over 3 decades in higher education, from the far of the state of Washington to Colorado to Iowa. He found his way to Maryland, and we're glad he did. Wallace Lowe and Linda Clement.
Before we get to these awards, I think we need to have a special round of applause for our host tonight, Marcia Ginsler-Stevens. Didn't she do a fantastic job? Thank you, Marcia. It's always very special. You make every occasion special. Thank you. Now we've come to the last series of awards for the evening. Each year, the finalists for the Wilson H. Elkins Award and the H.C. Bird Award and the Sally Sterling Bird Award combine to form the Maryland Medallion Society. This prestigious group showcases the talents of 20 of the brightest and most capable of the university's undergraduate student leaders. Together, these individuals boost an exceptional cumulative grade point average. Leaders in the classrooms and in countless student organizations, these 20 individuals have enlivened our university. Their leadership legacy seems to know no bounds. As I introduce each finalist, I invite you to join me on the stage. President Wallace Lowe will present each Maryland Medallion member with his or her medallion. So our first winner is Tamara Adams. She is a senior criminal justice, criminology, and economics double major on a pre-law track with a minor in public leadership from Bowie, Maryland. She is the president of the Black Student Union and is past president of the Black Alliance Network. Tamara has been a resident assistant and orientation peer advisor. She plans to attend Howard Law School this coming fall. Congratulations, Tamara. Nicholas Argivi Armagh. He is a senior government and politics major from Frederick, Maryland. He is a member of Omicron Delta Kappa, a Maryland Images campus tour guide, and a director of philanthropy for Student Government Association. Nicholas is also a student coordinator of new student orientation programs. Congratulations, Nicholas. Sophia Al-Samadi. She is a senior government and politics major from Baltimore, Maryland. Sophia has been a resident assistant for the past 3 years in the Language House Living and Learning program. Sophia is a member of Omicron Delta Kappa and is a government and politics ambassador. She has volunteered at several federal government agencies. Congratulations, Sophia. Sade Ayinde. She is a senior economics and global development and policy double major from Columbia, Maryland. She has been a resident assistant in resident life and senator for the Residence Hall Association. Sade is also a member of Omicron Delta Kappa and was Sophomore Leader of the Year. She also co-founded the Student to Scholar Mentor Program. Congratulations, Sade. Max Balagtas Budoy. Max is a familiar face. This Gaithersburg native is currently the president of Pride Alliance and a member of the Lavender Leadership Honor Society. Max is also a True Colors of Maryland facilitator and was an undergraduate representative on the President's Student Advisory Council on Diversity and Inclusion. Congratulations, Max. Janiyah Banks. Janiyah is yet another familiar face. This Banneker Key Scholar, originally from Memphis, Tennessee, is president of the Black Honors Caucus, vice president of Maryland, Maine, member of the Theta Nu chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and Black Student Union Big Little Mentorship Program. Congratulations, Janiyah. Kristen Convoy. Kristen is a senior physiology and neurobiology major from Salon, Ohio. She is captain of the Maryland varsity women's basketball team and president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Kristen is also a member of Omicron Delta Kappa and the leadership team for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Congratulations, Kristen. Harriet Dodsey. She is a senior finance major from Greenbelt, Maryland. This peer mentor is the finance chair for Alpha Phi Omega National Service Fraternity and has led service trips through alternative breaks. She is a member of Omicron Delta Kappa, the Quest Honors Program, and is a presiding officer for the University Student Judiciary. And they're having way too much fun behind me. Maya Dean Polyak. She is a behavioral and community health major from Baltimore, Maryland. She is vice president of the Lavender Leadership Honor Society and serves on the Diversity Leadership Council, as well as Title IX Student Advisory Board for the Student Government Association. She has also interned at the Human Rights Campaign and is a graduate of the Civicus Living Learning Program. Congratulations, Maya. Hope Goodman. Hope is a senior criminology, criminal justice, and psychology double major from Geneva, Illinois. She is a member of Omicron Delta Kappa and received their Top 10 Freshman Award. This Maryland Images tour guide has interned with the Department of State and Maryland Public Defender's Office and is an executive board member of the Students Ending Slavery. Congratulations, Hope. Kevin Halliday. Kevin is a senior computer engineering major from Lutherville, Maryland. He is a community assistant in resident life and has held several positions in the orientation office. Kevin is a member of Omicron Delta Kappa and serves as intermittent conductor of the Maryland Pep Band. He has also been an honors ambassador and Maryland Images tour guide. Congratulations, Kevin. Samuel Korelnik. He is a senior government and politics major with minors in international development and conflict management from Newton Center, Massachusetts. He is a legislator for the Student Government Association and a member of Omicron Delta Kappa. Samuel is also a dialogue facilitator, teaching assistant for the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Congratulations, Samuel. Uday Misra. Uday is a senior information systems major from North Potomac, Maryland. He is a member of the executive board of Omicron Delta Kappa. Uday has served as a colloquium leader for the Honors College and as the communications systems director for student entertainment events. Additionally, Uday is the historian for Phi Chi Theta, a business fraternity. Congratulations, Uday. Chris Rosigliano. He is a senior government and politics and history double major with a 3.98 GPA. He's from Edison, New Jersey. Chris has long served in the Student Government Association and was the vice president of student affairs. He is also a member of Omicron Delta Kappa and the philanthropy chair of Phi Kappa Tau fraternity. Congratulations, Chris. Dana Rodriguez. Dana is a senior finance and government and politics double major from Rockville, Maryland. She has served in several positions in the Residence Hall Association and has also been the president this year. This university senator is also a member of the National Residence Hall Honorary and Omicron Delta Kappa. Congratulations, Dana. Catherine Shannon. Catherine is a senior education major from Danbury, Connecticut. She is currently the Vice President of External Affairs for the Panhellenic Association and has served as a legislator for the Student Government Association and President of Sigma Kappa Sorority. Catherine is also a member of Order of Omega, Phi Eta Sigma, and Omicron Delta Kappa Honor Societies. Congratulations, Catherine. Shitachi Oke Gianna. She is a senior finance and accounting double major from Woodstock, Maryland. She currently serves as the vice president for Omicron Delta Kappa and as the involvement committee chair of the Smith Undergraduate Student Association. This Quest student is also an event coordinator of the Office of Career Services. Congratulations, Tachi. Jacob Veach is someone we met earlier. He is a senior international business and government and politics double major. He is also a Maryland Images tour guide, past president of the College Republicans, an honors ambassador, a global fellow, and member of Priyanam Honor Society. Congratulations, Jacob. Samantha Waldenberg. Is a senior journalism major from Livingston, New Jersey. She serves as the treasurer of the Society of Professional Journalists and a teaching assistant for media law. Samantha is a member of the University Senate Student Affairs Committee, a member of Sigma Kappa Sorority, and the vice president of public relations of the Panhellenic Associations. Congratulations, Samantha. Jessica Yao. Jessica is a senior bioengineering major from Potomac, Maryland. She is currently the public relations chair in Omicron Delta Kappa and vice president of academic affairs for the Biomedical Engineering Society. Jessica also serves as a mentor for the Gemstone Honors Program and a researcher in the bioengineering department. Congratulations, Jessica. Won't you join me in honoring these outstanding student leaders with your applause? Now we come to the Wilson H. Elkins Award, All of the members of the Maryland Medallion Society are eligible for the Wilson H. Elkins Citizenship Award. This honor is presented annually to a senior who displays outstanding involvement and leadership in campus activities and who has contributed significantly to the general advancement of student affairs. This award is named for University of Maryland President Wilson Elkins, who served from 1954 to 1978. Having already introduced you to each of these finalists for this award, I introduce our award winner by reading from this individual's essay. I'm going to quote, "I found my voice on a Tuesday night in a narrow room named after Benjamin Banneker. My responsibility was to bring forward the concerns of resident students who were not there with me. My voice was the difference between a decision made without input from the affected community and a decision that fully considered all perspectives. I also learned a great deal from this process, discovering that the skill to listen is the perfect complement to a voice. The more I worked with members of the campus community, whether administrators, fellow students, or city residents, the more I found that the interests of students are closely aligned with a broad vision of the University of Maryland's future. Serving today as the president of the Residence Hall Association, I have watched as new members find the same truths and grow to become leaders in their own communities, strengthening the forces that unify our campus. In the Benjamin Banneker Room, my home on Tuesday nights for the past 4 years, I began my journey of student leadership. It was there I discovered my voice had the potential to create change in the world around me, and since that first night, I have never been afraid to be heard. We are most grateful you shared your leadership and passion for advocacy and people with this university community. Won't you join me in congratulating recipient of the 2018 Wilson H. Elkins Award, Dana Rodriguez. The podium's yours.
Hello. This is amazing. I just want to say thank you. The words that I have prepared for tonight are really just of thanks. I recognize that I am nothing but a product of the people who put me here, particularly thank you to my parents. And I am also a product of the fantastic staff at the University of Maryland Department of Student Affairs, in particular the Department of Resident Life. They have created an outlet for students who are interested in getting passionate in leadership and helping other students around them and helping their communities. And without the avenues that they had, prepared and had available to me, I would never have become the person that I am today. And also standing before absolutely amazing candidates, I just want to call on us to remember that as we stand before you as seniors, we are always going to be a part of the Maryland community. Being up here today means that we are forever Terps, and that in all the amazing places that I've had the pleasure of learning where everyone's going, these people are amazing. We are always going to call Maryland our home, and that's very important to me. So thank you so much. Thank you. Incredibly. Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dana. Now we're for the H.C. Byrd Award. The Citizenship Prize for Men is presented as a memorial to the late President Emeritus H.C. Byrd. It is presented to the member of the senior class who most nearly typified the model citizen. Those members of the Maryland Medallion Society who identify as male are finalists for this high honor. I read to you from our recipient's essay, and quote, "To me, leadership has never been a choice, but rather an obligation. As Teddy Roosevelt, my lifelong hero, so eloquently expressed, quote, for us is a life of action, of strenuous performance, of duty. Let us live in the harness, striving mightily. This sense of duty brought this Midwesterner to Washington, D.C., informed my college journey, and inspired my lifelong desire to serve others and elevate fellow leaders. Throughout my time in College Park, I have been a relentless leader, cultivating a track record of great breadth, depth, and lasting impact. Every day I live out the spirit that Teddy Roosevelt spoke of, daring greatly and with joy at the opportunity to serve others. And it is this spirit, one I have consistently shared with and inspired in others, that has and will continue to most advance the interests of students and our campus community. I have led living, as Teddy said, in the harness, striving mightily to fulfill my lifelong duty to serve. You have left your mark on this campus through your leadership and your commitment to countless people and groups that count you as a friend and role model. Won't you join me in honoring the winner of the H.C. Byrd Award for 2018, Jacob Veach. Congratulations.
President Lowe says he likes the Teddy Roosevelt quote. That's a good night. Yeah, I want to echo what Dana said. First off, I want to thank my parents who are here from Illinois tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Certainly the backbone of everything I've accomplished in life. So thank you for being here tonight, Mom and Dad. I want to thank Donna Lynn and Marcia, everyone that was on the planning committee for a night. Really an amazing ceremony. Appreciate that. The Department of Student Affairs, Linda, especially Brooke as well, and everyone else in the office. It's been an honor this year to be in the office pretty frequently for ODK. And speaking of that, I just want to talk about the phenomenal student leaders here on stage, here in the audience that have been honored tonight. It's really a remarkable honor and privilege to be in your company. Last year, serving as the president of ODK, I am astounded sitting at the front of the room when we select our new members. And every time I'm amazed that I even got into the organization, let alone get to be a leader of it. And so I just want to thank all of you for the opportunity to be servants alongside of you and for the inspiration that you give me as a leader every day. Thank you very much.
The Sally Sterling Bird Award. The Citizenship Prize for Women is presented as a memorial to Sally Sterling Bird. Presented to the model citizen of this university, the candidates are those members of the Maryland Medallion Society who identify as female. Reading from our recipient's application, I quote, "In my final semester, after announcing my acceptance to medical school, I noticed a large number of student athletes interested in pursuing pre-health fields. So many student athletes were not confident they would be able to properly prepare for their desired professional programs. In my journey, many had reinforced the feeling, saying it could not be done. Yet I made it happen. I wanted to use my story to encourage and inspire other student athletes to keep pursuing their dream and reassure them that it can be done. Thus, I have started the Maryland Athletics Pre-Health Nerds. The purpose of this group is to inform, support, and mentor student athletes with pre-health fields aspirations. Knowing I will be leaving College Park in a couple of months, this is my lasting legacy on campus. I am thrilled for this organization to continue to mentor and serve well beyond my time at UMD. I came to Maryland as a young woman pursuing my dream of playing Division I basketball and will be leaving with a new goal of becoming a physician. I have learned so many great lessons in my journey at Maryland, and I am excited to pay it forward. I am proud of the impact I've left on the Maryland campus community, and I look forward to seeing who steps up next to create their lasting legacy." The winner of this award is Sally Sterling Bird Award is Kristen Confroy. Congratulations, Kristen. Congratulations.
First of all, thank you all, and wow, I am truly honored, and it's such a privilege to be up here. I'll continue to echo the words of Jacob and Dana. So many great leaders here at Maryland, and I think that's such a testament to the resources we're given, the opportunities we have. I often reflect back on my first day on campus here, and going into a top program and really unsure of what my role was going to be here. So many people saying I wouldn't be able to do it. And I'll never forget this day. I came in as a really shy, timid individual, didn't want to step on anybody's toes, and I was challenged day one. We need you to have a voice. We know what you're about. We need you to see the power and embrace what you can bring. And so from that day forward, I really started to embrace my role and started to find my voice. And as I found my voice, I was able to get more involved throughout campus. And I cannot thank so many people in this room who have helped me along the way. And it's truly, I can't even find the words for my gratitude of being here on this moment and so many great leaders behind me. And I, similar to Dana and Jacob, echo the fact that it's now our duty to continue to bring joy and credit to the University of Maryland and continue to pay it forward, to thank everybody that have brought us to this moment and continue to develop and cultivate leaders that will come behind us. Thank you very much.
Everybody stay in place on the stage. Dr. Marcia is back.
We're going to keep these people on stage for a really big family picture in just a minute. We come to the end of our evening. This last year, I've thought a lot about this book that I'm using in a women's leadership class I'm teaching right now. It's Sheryl Sandberg's Option B. written in the aftermath of her husband's death. It really talks about when life throws you a curve. And why would you ever talk about that when you're sitting here with people who are quite extraordinary that you hope never encounter a curve? But she asked the question, what would you do if you weren't afraid? I heard in the essays moments of a little bit of timid fear at the beginning and in those comments just a minute ago. She went on to say, resilience is not something you have a fixed amount of, it is a muscle, and we build it. We build it in ourselves, in each other, and in our community. So dear ones, be brave, be resilient, be generous with others and with yourself, and be on your way into the world to do exactly what you said you were going to do, which is make us proud, because you already do, and you will again and again and again. Thank you all so much for supporting these and other extraordinary people in our lives who you've committed some resource to make them the people that they are today. And we wish you a beautiful season of celebrations. And we'll take one big picture of this group, but thank you so much to each and every one of you for making the trip.